except for my eyebrows.
Thanks for.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
know that.
Okay,
So
thanks, Grant.
that's
To
not
be fair, how many times did that topic come up at beach? Way too many.
This is a TikTok right
Way
here.
too
No.
many.
This is a TikTok right here.
I'm not gonna. Yeah. What? Oh, yo, hey.
It's Big Red Part 2.
Open it slowly. There you
Yeah,
go.
we got
There's a camera.
There's
a
strap
camera.
on.
Hey, man.
Hi.
No. Well,
Well,
yeah,
I
we
mean,
are.
Yeah, but
we're
we're
on.
like not actually. doing
Wait,
it.
Spencer. This is for the YouTube exclusive. Come up and say something into the mic.
Here you go.
It's gonna be. Oh yeah.
Wait.
Anything.
Wait, did you clap yet?
Oh. Hold up.
Man, that pressure's too much. The pressure's too much. I can't think of anything funny to say.
Well, welcome back to Off the Clock, the soon-to-be #1 podcast in the world.
Woo! The
was great.
ripple effect.
That was amazing. We're
That was
here
electric.
today with Dylan, our associate
Whoa.
student pastor
Heyo.
at Fellowship.
Yeah, that's me.
You guys know him if you're a follower of the podcast. He's been shouted out a number of times.
Oh, I haven't been. No, there hasn't been a shout out. It's been slander.
from
That is
Grant.
fair.
It's been
That is
New
fair.
footage from Decaffeinated.
Where's a better hot take? Grant thinks this is clickbait. Coffee is a drug.
But I think you can get addicted to it to where you
'cause it's
can't.
caffeine.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't live without it. Like Dylan Canupp, who's one of our associate pastors here. Love him. He'll be on the episode on a pod at some point.
One of our biggest fans, actually.
Yes,
One of
actually,
Dylan.
our
Shout out
biggest
to
fan.
Dylan Canupp right now. He was talking this morning about coffee, and he was like, "Dude, I drink
You have
coffee.
to have coffee to
I
live."
drink coffee because it makes me feel like $1 million," which is a perfect Dylan.
Jesus should make you feel
Impersonation.
like $1 million.
Wait, but I did say that you are our biggest fan.
I am.
That is-
Listen, what has basically
you
happened? We've all seen The Incredibles here. It's basically Syndrome. Like Syndrome loved Mr. Incredible, and then he got flamed one time, and then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna tear this guy down."
It's
That's what
over.
this podcast is gonna be.
That sounds about right.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
so Dylan can do his we'll do your introduction piece here in a second.
Okay.
But I just want to say he's pretty new to the fellowship staff. He's one of our he's our associate pastor of middle and high school ministry.
I'm proud of you.
And
Not many people remember my title. They're like, "What is it that you do here again?" I'm like,
well,
everything.
I just want to say obviously whenever a new staff member is coming, I'm just like, all right, who is this going to be? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of not doubt, but just
Concern.
yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when Dylan joined staff and I met him for the first time at HSM, man, first of all, what a great guy, genuine guy. But I will also say, fantastic, super cool, great dude, obviously. But also, one of the things that really set me off about how dope you were was your instant desire to listen to every single one of the podcast episodes.
Oh my God,
that
that's
we
true.
have
Oh
ever
my
made.
gosh. Listen, I will never forget. I will literally never forget everybody, 100 people dressed up like Michael Jackson in Waffle House. And you all were like, "Yeah, we have a podcast." Dude, I got in my truck and literally on my way home, I just I immediately started it. And it was,
Now you're
it
here.
was incredible.
You're here
and,
now.
And
Dude, it's
no,
awesome.
that should be, that's high praise because I genuinely hate podcasts. I hate them. I had a friend I went to college with, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I don't listen to music anymore when I'm driving. I listen to podcasts." Wow. And I'm like, "You
Praise
are
God.
crazy."
That's insane.
I was like, "How can you do that?" And I get it. People
Podcasts
listen.
are so good.
No, they are, and people listen to podcasts to just learn more, just to learn how to do life better.
This freaking fly. Oh
Just
my
attack
gosh.
me.
That's
Um,
bad.
But no, I never could get into them. But it instantly clicked. I could really, and it's not just your all's, it's also Greg and RD's, Rick Dunn's podcast.
Sure.
I can listen to those and enjoy them because I know who you guys
Okay.
are.
That is
And
fair.
I through that I get to know you guys more.
Yeah.
And the staff better. So that's really entertaining to me. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
I love that. So
Dude, thank you so
Nice.
much.
with that,
Yeah.
Dylan,
Yes.
who are you?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh man.
And why are you here?
Why am
Go.
I okay? Why am I here? Why am I employed here, or why
That
am I
is
in this room right now?
Open to
up
your
to you.
interpretation.
All
However
right,
you want to
great.
do it.
All right. Well, my name is Dylan Canupp. I am an associate pastor here on staff at Fellowship, as Aidan has addressed. I like what, just about myself, like interesting things.
Anything.
Whatever
what-
you want to say.
Just give us the Dylan scoop.
The Dylan, dude, there's a lot and a little.
Give us like a little scoop.
a little scoop. All right, Dylan, born and raised here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I've never left. I mean, I have
what's up.
left on like vacation, but like I've never like lived anywhere else.
No, this is
Been in
the
this-
Truman
been-
Show.
He's been in
Oh,
this
yeah.
room.
Dude, that movie, dang. It's a tough one. Grant and I bonded over movies, by the way, for those
yeah.
listening.
Yeah,
We're
these
both,
are-
we're both movie
We have
buffs.
sworn to not make this a full movie podcast.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
episode, but we might do one later. We'll see.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
yeah. Grant and I will start our own podcast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm from Knoxville. Yeah, that's, I mean,
That's great.
there's a
man.
lot more to me than that, but I don't really know. I mean, if I go into my full story, we're going to be
Dylan
here all
loves
day.
mowing
Oh, yeah.
his yard.
Oh my gosh, guys. I absolutely
Really?
love to mow.
I love mowing too.
I love mowing.
I love mowing.
And I thought I would hate it, but like my wife and I bought our house and I got a mower. And there's just like the first time I like cranked it, got it on the first pull. By the way, it's a little push mower.
Ooh,
Fired
let's
it up,
go.
Yes,
fired
sir.
that puppy
Yes,
up on the
sir.
first pull, and I knew it just like clicked just immediately,
Was
and it was
that-
great.
I have a question for you. Was that like a defining moment where
I
you were
think
like,
so.
was it like a moment where you're like, wow, I'm an adult?
I think so. Like there's immediately an urge to go buy like the New Balance white dad shoes and like wear some jorts and I don't know. Yeah, it was a life-changing moment.
It kind of reminds me. So my dad tells this funny story all the time about like the first time he really felt like an adult
Oh yeah.
was when he went to Home Depot and bought a washing machine
Oh,
and
yeah.
a dryer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when
Honestly,
he
though,
and
yeah,
when
it
he
makes
came
sense.
home, he was like, I bought a washer and a dryer. I'm an
Yeah.
adult now.
Listen, when I got
Shout
done,
out, Dad. I know you're listening to
when
this.
I finished that first mow and I put my mower in my garage, I was like, man, I just like felt so satisfied. But I was like, oh no, like immediately I was like, my wife might be pregnant because I just had that dad energy. I was like, man, I just want to sit here, look at these fresh stripes in my yard, and I was like, oh no, Madison might be with child. I was like, this is bad. She wasn't, but man,
Okay, wait, yeah.
there's genuine
Who's
concern.
Madison? Just for the
Oh yeah,
audience.
Madison, guys, is my
Oh, my gosh.
lovely, gorgeous, beautiful bride who has the privilege of putting up with my hijinks every single day. It's great, yeah.
That's awesome.
Shout out
Yeah.
Madison.
I will say
That's
this
so
though,
funny.
mowing has become a little bit less enjoyable because we got a dog. Aiden hit on this. There is poop in my yard all the time, and I mow in Chacos, and I was just like doing my thing, and I was in my backyard, made a lap. And I stepped in something and literally slipped and fell, and it was in my dog. It was literally my dog's poop.
That's why you got to scoop the poop before you mow.
It was bad. Well, normally
which
she
is
poops in other
horrible.
people's yards, and I just leave it. Yeah,
You just leave it.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
listen. You have to understand, and this isn't a bash to the people that live around me. They don't mow. They don't mow their yards.
Dude,
And she
same,
just like goes in
same.
the weeds, and I'm like, I'm not gonna pick that up. What are they gonna do?
That's fair.
It'll be fossilized by the time they mow it. So it's okay. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah, mowing's great. Yeah,
Thank you, Dylan.
yeah, no problem.
So I feel like that's the start of. So that's one thing we talked about at one point. We talked about mowing lawns at one point.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of leads, I feel like, to where the conversation should go next. You listen to every episode of Off
I
the
do.
Clock.
Yeah.
What opinions do you disagree with most, and which do you agree with most?
Give
This
us
is
like your
boom.
top three.
Like
or
the
a
something.
full-
la
the full
Zach
scoop.
Hume episode.
Man,
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'll start with
Shout
the
out
ones
Zach.
I'll start with the ones that I agree with most.
I'm interested.
I'm gonna
in
have to
this.
think a little bit. First off, and this isn't necessarily. This was one that my mind was changed. Like you all changed my mind on
Whoa.
something, which
What?
is really hard to do.
That's what's up.
I don't know the Enneagram. I'm an 8 on the Enneagram.
Same.
And so people always say that you're very opinionated and you can't change your minds. I don't know if that's true of the Enneagram. I literally have no idea. But you all talk about Harry Styles a ton. And immediately I was like, no way. I had a very poor experience with One Direction in high school. It was played in my car all the time, and it wasn't my choice. We won't get into that. But anyways, I was like, there's no way. I was like, Harry Styles is off on his own. I was like, there's no way it's good. And then I went and listened to Harry's Home.
You mean Harry's house?
Harry's house, whatever.
There
Same
it was.
thing. A house is a home because Harry's in it.
Sure.
Anyways. Anywho.
Tempe would agree
Yeah,
with that.
I just hit shuffle and I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But Harry got lucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Went
Just-
to the next song and the whole thing is good. There's not a bad song on
It's
the album.
yeah,
It's a
dude,
great album.
It's very good.
I saw. We know a musician, fantastic musician, producer, and mixing engineer named Andrew Hensley. Andrew, if you're listening, shout out. my man.
Yes.
Boom.
And he
on.
posted a hot take about Harry Styles the other day on Instagram, and
Uh-oh.
I completely agree with it.
Oh, wait, I didn't see that.
And I started listening to Harry Styles obviously because Tempe got me into him. And
Shout
like,
out Tempe.
one of the things I said from the beginning of like me listening to him is like the way the songs are arranged, and like there's some really cool like chord changes happening. There's some really cool decisions that have been made. And Andrew was just kind of talking about how One Direction is just kind of this like just this cookie cutter like pop group that just, you know, appears to pop listeners, right?
Right.
But Harry Styles is kind of almost bridging this gap between like musicians that love like, you know, complex music and cool things and, you know, getting creative.
Sure.
We can appreciate his music because he does some super
Absolutely.
cool things, but also he's making music for the extreme mainstream like pop audience.
Yeah.
That's a
So
really
it's
good
a
point.
That is
very-
actually a
it's
very good point.
So like that's
love that.
something like, and honestly, like if it wasn't for this podcast, I would still think that Harry Styles was a ding dong.
Man, Hensley over
But-
here and all of his wisdom.
But
What an insult, by the way.
but thanks for this podcast, and yeah, that was a good.
that's a good take
good-
right there.
yeah, I know.
I like that.
Thank
all
you,
right.
Tempe, honestly.
man.
Thank you, Tempe.
So continuing.
Yes.
Oh
Agree,
yeah,
disagree.
yeah, no, yeah. Harry Styles, great. I will be following him from now on. Let me think about what else. There's a lot. Goodness gracious. Yeah, definitely Ian. Going back, just you know, this is a little redundant, but yeah, mowing with poop in the yard sucks. It's not fun. It's not fun because it should be blatantly obvious that it's there, but you just miss it because you get like tunnel vision.
Exactly.
On what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not
Exactly.
great.
It doesn't matter how much you watch out for it, you're still gonna hit something or step in at some point.
Yeah. I'll say this. I have a passionate disdain and hatred for Subway. I hate it. I hate it.
My man.
I wish
It's
I could
awful.
sue them for false advertising because you are not eating fresh. You're not.
No, you're
You're
not.
not. But I had no idea that there are twice as many Subways in America than McDonald's.
Yep.
I think
That's
the next,
literally
insane.
insane. Yeah.
I think that's where our president-elect should start in fixing the country is getting rid of Subway. Get rid of them. I just can't
He would
stand
have your vote, or she. They would
yeah,
have
or
your
she,
vote.
whatever. Just start there.
Wow.
If you come out and you're like, I am destroying Subway, I don't care what else you stand for, I'm voting for you. That's not true. That's not true. But I hate Subway.
Hey,
but yeah,
the corporate team at Subway once again,
here he comes.
join us. Join us for this
No,
lovely.
no.
Just
discussion.
make sure
do
I'm
not.
not
Honestly,
here.
yes.
Do not. Do
Please.
not.
I'd
Just
love
make
to
sure
go
I'm
back
not
and forth.
here. Corporate Subway.
See, Dylan might rival me in hot takes. I'm not gonna lie. Like
They're pretty.
some of the
pretty
stuff
good.
he just spit off in the first 10 minutes of this episode.
Listen.
Sheesh.
Listen, my
I'm here
wife
for this.
my wife said this the other day, and this wasn't like she was like everything you say is a hot take.
Yeah, I
And
get that a
she
lot
was like
too.
she was like everything you say, and she like it came from like an appreciative standpoint, not like a
Yes.
you're a terrible person.
See,
it came
I
from
love
like
that.
honey, everything you say is hot take.
I love that.
And I was like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, can't stand Subway. But yeah, so I guess I agree. I don't know if you all like Subway or not, but
No,
from
it's
the way,
horrible.
yeah, okay, thank you.
it's bad. It's
I join
Absolutely
you there.
disgusting.
Man, the things I disagree with, there is one that will be saved for the end.
Oh yeah.
For the end?
Oh yeah.
Probably for the end, because we won't get to the other two things that I disagree with.
That's fair.
Okay, Outer Banks is a hot piece of garbage.
What?
I
It
will
is trash.
throw hands.
It's
right
okay.
now.
So
It's okay.
wrong.
Keep them holstered for now. It is so bad. Okay,
How?
let me correct myself. I watched
is it
the
so bad?
I watched the entire first season of OBX with my wife and
Okay.
the beginning of the first season. The first season, and I'm gonna say this, and I feel weird saying it because I'm like
no.
I feel like I'm too old to say it. Season 1 was as mid as you could get. It was okay. Had some high points.
Dude, what?
Agreed.
Yeah, wasn't that weird?
What?
I hate that I said that, but like it was as okay as a show could get. I was like, okay, I mean, it's completely
Okay, if you said that about season 2, I wouldn't push back too
Yeah,
much. But
season
season
two-
1 was
But season
so
2 was
good.
season 1 was
If
fantastic.
season 2 had been the first season, then it wouldn't have blown up like
no,
it did.
it wouldn't.
Season 1 would have been good if John B died when he fell off that tower. Just because, like, I haven't. Here's my thing, and it's not because I don't like John B as a character. It's not because I'm a terrible person. It is you are a gangster if you build like all kinds of love and affection for a main character and then kill them off.
But he is not a main character.
I know.
The main character.
I know.
You can't kill him.
I know. I understand that
What
they've
would
done it.
Sarah do? Brother?
What would you build the show around?
Listen, they've done it. They've done it in other shows where you're like, what are they going to do?
So ended
But
after
it's just
episode
like,
5.
It's just
then.
like
Is that what you're
gangster.
saying?
Okay, well then
5
here's the
episodes,
question.
guys. He
Yeah.
died.
Have you seen
Don't know what
Stranger
happened.
Things?
I have.
Have you seen season 4?
Yes.
Do you think Max should have died?
No. No.
Because I think yes.
Yes, I do.
No.
Yeah, I do.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, if Max had died, I would have stopped watching the show. There
For
was just-
sure.
no.
But
No.
I think she.
There's no
I think
stakes.
It's not that she should have died as like a writing thing. It's that she should have died because she got snap crackle popped
But
into
that was
oblivion.
painful enough. She got destroyed. Like,
There, you
body
don't
broken
survive
in
that.
half.
She got crunched into oblivion like a piece of paper.
Right, and then they made us
Crumpled.
suffer through her living through that.
And then you're like, oh
Which
yeah,
is
she's
horrible.
alive. What? No, she's not.
But you're like, can she ever see
and it was
again?
okay.
Will she be able to
no,
walk?
and it was
Like,
okay that she died because her and Lucas had found common ground. Finally.
It's not
okay.
They buried
She's the
the
best
hatchet.
character.
She was like, okay, yeah, we'll go on a date. Haha, whatever. Crunch. Like, okay, yeah, your heart's ripped out, right? And now here's what they shouldn't have done.
What?
They shouldn't have killed Eddie off because they built so much hype around him. Like they should have done with Eddie what they did with Billy. Like
Yeah.
kept him around for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I
Billy,
agree
by the
with
way,
that.
best character in Stranger Things.
that
Steve.
Max is the best
Steve.
character.
Steve is really good.
Steve's great.
Steve's close
Steve's
second.
my second.
Steve's close second.
Steve is close second.
Billy though,
For sure.
just like his character, like he
I
was
do
like
like Billy.
He was like really honestly the main bad guy of season 2 and really season 3. Like as far as like human perspective.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want to hear my Stranger Things hot take? Do y'all remember that basketball dude from season 4?
Yeah.
I think he was misunderstood. I think he got way too much hate because everybody was like, "Oh my god, you're such a terrible person." Just picture with me for a second. You don't know there's an alternate dimension, and your girlfriend, whom you love, is found dead in this other dude's house, and he's like on the run. Naturally, what are you going to think? You're going to be like, "Oh my gosh,
No,
go
I
get him!"
agree, but
Yeah.
like,
Like everybody's like, he needs to stop doing that. I'm like, try to level with the guy. Like,
that's actually a really good point. I'm not
try
gonna
to
lie to you.
level with him.
Honestly,
Oh my
I'm for
gosh.
I'm for that
I
hot
agree with
take.
that.
Yeah.
He
Did-
kinda-
now, did he get out of hand? Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
But
Yeah, did he try to go murder a bunch of people and like kids? Yes, he did.
yeah, and then he was like, okay, Eddie killed my girlfriend, and then he went and swam after him in the boat, which I would have done. You know, I'd been like, hey, I'm gonna go get the primary suspect in my girlfriend's death, and then you watch your best bro get sucked out of the water and then wrung out, and then he dies. Like, what else are you gonna think, dude? Like, you're gonna be like, naturally, you're gonna think, oh yeah, there must be an alternate dimension where this guy that was in a lab that was tortured, like, is in control. Like, no, you're not gonna think that. You're gonna be like, what I saw was supernatural.
Yeah.
Listen, that guy got too much.
That's
hate.
fair.
That's fair.
That guy
That is
got
fair.
way too much.
But
hate.
the Max
way
take
too
is
much hate.
garbage.
No, well,
Garbage.
Maybe we talk about it another time. 'cause
They
I feel like we
probably.
talked a lot
I
of
mean, you
Stranger
can't kill
Things.
off like 2 main characters, but yeah, OBX is trash.
Kill off Mike. Like,
no.
please, Lord, he's horrible. His
Mike is not
character
great.
Is awful.
Mike looks like a ferret, dude. That dude looks like a ferret. He does, dude. Built like
Oh,
a
man.
ferret. No, but anyways, yeah.
What's the next hot take that you're not a fan of?
Oh man. So OBX is
He
garbage.
said something I always wanted to.
Oh man, I had enough. Oh man, I had enough.
The OBX garbage.
This is a minor
That's
one from episode
so
1.
horrible.
Fiji water is trash. It's so bad.
Nuh-uh.
Dude,
Yeah.
Why is it? What is it bad?
Nuh-uh. Yeah, Fiji water is garbage.
Here's the real question: have you tried Liquid Death? Has anybody tried that?
No, I'm not spending
What?
$87 on
Yeah,
one
that's
can of
not
water.
the vibe.
It costs $1 or like
It
$1.50.
doesn't. No,
If
it's
it
not
does
I
it,
just bought one this morning.
okay.
They went down on their
doesn't-
prices.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't make you look as rich as a Fiji does.
If you
But
want to
I'm
look
not
like
drinking
you're,
it to look rich.
if
though.
you want to
It
look
doesn't
like
matter.
you're,
It's a perk.
Right, but
If
I was
I
just
see
asking
somebody,
if you tried
if
it. That's
I
all.
am walking down the street and I see somebody drinking a Fiji, I'm like, wow.
Let me have a
They're
question.
probably
Let
having
me-
a great day.
Let me ask you boys a question. And I could with Fiji water. If they put 2 cups in front of you and they put like the good old, and this is the best water you can buy, is that $1. You spend $1 at Kroger and you get like 90 bottles of water. If they put that good
stuff is horrible.
no, it's not.
No, it's
not.
not good.
If you put just pour a little bit in there and then you pour some liquid death, you would not tell the difference. You'd be like,
Bull.
you could not guess. You could with Fiji.
Bull.
You
No,
could with
you
Fiji.
could literally
You
tell.
could with
I
Fiji,
promise you, with
and
Liquid
not in a
Death.
good way because Fiji water tastes sweet, which might be good to some people.
Liquid Death literally tastes like has less taste to it than other water does, which is why
Fiji
it's good.
Fiji water tastes like sugar water. Fiji water would have been perfect for Homeboy in the first Men in Black movie that always wanted sugar. That was a big cockroach. You know what I'm talking about? That guy, like he would have loved Fiji water because it just tastes like somebody dumped like a pound of sugar in there. But Dasani water is the worst. It's not
Dasani
good.
water sucks. I will say that.
Listen, your water is gonna taste like what it's bottled in, and when you bottle it in a pound of plastic like Dasani does, you're gonna get that plastic. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah, Fiji. I don't like it though.
Okay, yeah.
Man, Zach, our own Zach Hume, my boss, hit on this. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is not as good as Chick-fil-A. That's another. I'm really coming at Aiden right now. Like I'm attacking Aiden.
Do
He
I need to
said
spell
sometimes.
out? Do I need to spell it out for you?
No, we don't need.
If
to
you break
Go
it down,
stream that
unit-
episode.
Hang on.
Go
Yes.
stream that
Go
episode.
stream that episode, and you'll hear. But here's the deal: Chick-fil-A doesn't need all those sauces. They don't need a brioche bun. They just put all that care, love, and affection into that chicken patty. And that's all you need, dude.
Listen
you
here.
pick your own sauce.
You cannot add extracurricular items into a singular packaged food item. I'm saying
But that's what
Pound-
Popeyes did with that
pound-
spicy mayo.
pound for pound,
That's extracurricular.
pound for pound, sandwich for sandwich. You order a Popeyes chicken sandwich, you get this mayo ranch that is delicious. I hate mayo. I hate mayo probably more than anybody else. Actually, that's not true.
No, I hate it way more. I promise you that.
But I hate mayo. And
promise you.
Grant just rolled his eyes
I feel
hard.
like this is I feel like this is the most off the clock conversation we've ever had. Like,
Man,
why are we talking about
It's
mayonnaise?
okay.
It's epic. Though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, first of all, that mayonnaise ranch stuff is delicious. And second off, it doesn't matter if you can put your own sauce on a Chick-fil-A sandwich because when you order just a Chick-fil-A sandwich, guess what you get? Chick-fil-A sandwich, pickles that are lazily placed on the bun, and the bun is soggy.
Because they have the chicken, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
that's all you need, dude.
I
You can
disagree.
eat a plain Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Here's
it's
why
amazing.
the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich is
It
so
just
good.
flies.
Is because
I'm
they
gonna kill it.
they were like, let's take 2 pieces of bread, a piece of chicken, and 2 pickles. And it's perfect. Like it doesn't need anything else. Like if Popeyes tried to do that, like okay, let's just put those
There's a reason
ingredients.
it
You'd
took
be like,
Popeyes forever to get a
you'd
chicken
be like,
sandwich
bro,
that
why
was
is
even
this?
relevant.
You'd be like, bro, why is this so dry? Like
It was the most relevant thing on the internet for like a
That's
month.
very
Yeah, but it took
was.
him
That
a
is
while
completely
to get
wrong.
It's very true.
No, I'm saying it. No, it was the most relevant thing. I'm saying it took them forever to get it there. Chick-fil-A's been the most relevant chicken sandwich for like forever.
And you know what's really
it's the
sad
best.
is that some restaurants are still trying. Like Zaxby's was like, "Hey, we have a chicken sandwich
Or
too."
McDonald's.
Do you know what
They tried so hard.
Right. I will level with you guys. Do you know what I hate?
What's
I
that?
hate when restaurants try to get a crispy chicken sandwich and it's just their chicken tenders in between 2 pieces of bread. That is not okay.
yeah, that's
Chick-fil-A
that's
does
messed
that,
up.
but with nuggets. But they're so good. Those chicken minis. Oh my gosh,
Okay,
Dude.
I
Oh
got some
my
of those
gosh.
this morning.
dude.
Okay.
I would
That's a,
take
that's a touch of heaven
if
right there.
you
Good
asked me
Lord.
if you said, Dylan, you can live 10 years longer, or you can't ever have minis again. Guess
Dude,
what?
give me the
Guess I'm
minis.
dying
Give
at
me the
62.
minis. Give me the minis.
Give me those
oh my
minis,
Lord.
dude. Like, gosh. I guess we'll go ahead because we're gonna spend most of our time here anyway. Well, actually, no. It can't be said. Speaking of mayo, by the way, since you all are on your redemption arc for everybody that you absolutely slammed about caffeine. Hey, Grant, guess what I'm drinking? By the way, just
Water.
Hey, Grant, ask me what I'm drinking.
What are you drinking?
Funny you
Dylan?
should ask. I'm having a good cup of coffee.
And
all right,
how is it?
it's great and it's good for you. By the way,
How is it in comparison to Fiji water?
it's dude.
Does it
listen,
make you
levels,
feel like
levels
$1
different.
million bucks?
Dude, it does. It does, man. Listen, you wake up, you get a headache, right? And that's not true. That's not just caffeine addiction. If you get a headache, like Excedrin, the migraine pills, caffeine's in there.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it cures
But
headaches.
If you have, but
Cures
you can also
headaches.
try sleeping more too. That is another
Or
thing.
drinking water?
That's valid.
And
America
drinking
does
water.
not sleep enough.
Drinking water.
But anyways, yeah, coffee, Fiji, I've disagreed with you guys on. But the biggest thing,
Oh no.
the biggest thing,
Oh man.
and I have nearly fist fought over this argument before I knew Jesus. Okay, when I was in high school, me and one of my really, really close friends, like literally almost got physical over this argument. Tobey Maguire.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh man.
Tobey Maguire
Oh man.
his movies are the best
Okay.
by far.
Can I update my take? I once said that Tobey Maguire is just a bad Spider-Man.
He's not.
No,
He's a great
Tobey
Spider-Man.
Maguire is just a bad actor
Bruh,
in general.
you can't
He's
just say
literal
that.
garbage.
You can't just say that.
Oh, he just
Man.
did.
I
He
absolutely
just
can.
did.
no.
Man.
He just said
That
it.
must be
No.
why. That must be why Damien Chazelle. Did I say that right, Grant?
Yes,
That
you
must
did.
be why Damien Chazelle, one of the greatest actors of our generation,
Directors.
whatever, same thing. Just brought Toby on to his new movie Babylon. That must be why.
Well, that movie is not endorsed by this podcast,
No, it's
by the
not.
way.
I have no
It-
idea what that movie's about. I literally have no clue. I just saw Damien's making a new movie called
Yeah.
Babylon, and Toby's
Go
in
watch
it.
the trailer and then make
no.
a judgment call on that
Oh
one.
no! I also
It'll
don't
be
endorse
interesting.
Can we
Babylon.
even
I have literally
endorse the
seen nothing
trailer?
about the movie.
What?
Can we endorse the trailer?
No.
No.
Dude, I
That's what
can't.
I'm
I
saying.
cannot
Let's
endorse
not.
even
Well,
the
then
trailer.
don't tell them to go watch it. Don't
I
go
can
watch
tell
the
him. I
trailer.
can't tell the audience.
Oh, I thought you were telling them to go watch the
Anyway.
trailer.
Well, you know what
Anyway.
happens when you tell people not to do something?
They go do it.
They're gonna do it. But anyways,
Guys, then you should definitely go watch the trailer.
but no, Toby is great.
Tom's
he's-
better. Tom's better.
Andrew's
not.
better too.
He's not.
Here's the thing.
He's really not.
Peter
Go-
Parker is not
Okay,
as big of a
okay.
nerd as everybody thinks he is, which is why Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is like awesome because it takes away some of the nerdiness, which is like part of like what's obnoxious about Peter's character.
Okay, here's what I'll say.
But he's not like too cool because he doesn't have any friends and he's just like a
I'm
skater dude.
composed. I'm composed. I'm older. I'm wiser. I'm mature. So I'm not going to yell. So
Come at me,
the
Dylan.
first Amazing Spider-Man I enjoyed it. I did. I won't lie. Tom Holland Spider-Man's. There's some things that I'm like I don't really know. I will say Spider-Man: Homecoming. Michael Keaton was the best part of that movie. Michael Keaton's Vulture was the best part.
He
of that
was
movie.
great. I feel like the plot twist was the best.
Best part, though.
When Peter went to go pick up what's her face and he opened the door, I almost
that
fell out
was
of my seat.
great.
That was incredible.
Right.
That was so good. And their interaction when he drops him off to prom,
Yeah, it's
where he
awesome.
like
Yeah.
whips out the 9
Their
and it's
whole
like
the relation between those two in that whole movie is phenomenal.
It's great.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's
what
awesome.
makes the movie.
But
That's fair.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is not just a bad movie. It is on par with the worst movie that
Wait,
Marvel
are you
has
talking
made.
about Andrew Garfield's?
Yes.
Wait,
Dude, what the?
The Amazing
Eternals?
Spider-Man 2 is might be the worst.
yeah, the Eternals. What?
People, listen, Spider-Man 3 gets memed on a
It's
whole lot.
horrible.
By the way, on Spider-Man 3 was not Tobey's fault. It wasn't Sam Raimi's fault. It was Ari whatever. I don't remember his name. They wanted to like sell toys. Toys were like huge back in the day, by the way. Like everybody. So they were like, we need to cram this movie like chock full of people. Spider-Man 3 without Venom is a great Spider-Man movie. Great. Because you have the whole twist with Uncle Ben's death. You don't have awkward dancing Toby, which was a highlight of the movie. You don't have Eddie Brock.
That was the only good part of the
hire?
movie was Toby dancing.
That was hilarious. But why hire? Also, get rid of Gwen Stacy. Like she doesn't really need to be there. But anyways, yeah, no, Toby's the best. He is.
You
the
still
best
haven't
Spider-Man.
given me one argument that compels me in any way that Toby is good.
Sam Raimi, the director of Spider-Man, the original. Okay, here's one reason, just real quick before I get into the story of Spider-Man. Without Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, we would not have the Marvel Cinematic
Yes,
Universe.
that's not what I'm arguing.
We would not. We wouldn't have it.
Everyone understands that.
Yes, and here's why. I would argue this as well. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is Stan Lee's favorite. Not just Spider-Man,
Well,
but
that's
Marvel
just-
movie.
That's just a bad take on Stan Lee's part. Like,
I don't think so because
I don't care if he did create
because
it. Like,
Sam Raimi, when he produced,
George Lucas cast Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen, and he created Star Wars. Doesn't mean those were good casting
I'm just
decisions.
saying. Tobey Maguire,
That's fair.
Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi, James Franco made Stan Lee a ton of money. He was swimming in dollar
Because
bills.
the time that those
Swimming.
movies came out, nothing like that had
Did you
been
know? Here's
seen or
a-
done
here's-
before.
here's also a
doesn't
fun-
mean it was good.
Here's also a fun fact. At the time, this is just a cool fact. This doesn't contribute to my argument. The first Spider-Man movie was the highest-grossing film of all time.
Again, because it was the first thing like
I don't-
that
I
of
don't
that like
think it
level
was-
X-Men.
and quality, right?
I don't think
X-Men.
it was above Titanic though.
It was, I think.
Oh wait, maybe Titanic hadn't come out yet.
No, Titanic came out in 97. It may have been.
The X-Men aren't.
It
that
was
good
one of the. It was
though.
either one or two.
Wait,
But-
what did you just
The
say?
X-Men aren't that good either, though.
See, the thing that trips me up about the X-Men is the freaking timeline.
Here's my
well,
thing.
it's because they kept being like, "Oh, well, this is terrible. We need to try something else." Oh wait, no, we need to
all right, erase
that's what-
everything.
exactly.
Here's my take on the X-Men.
And then they're
If
like, "Oh, here's Logan." You're like, "What?"
Logan was.
It was a good movie, but like, it just how did
I
that
haven't seen
happen?
Logan.
Logan
Yeah.
is
Out
the
of
best
nowhere.
Marvel movie ever made.
Oh
Bar none. Bar none. Bar none. You can get mad. It is.
Nah, people would agree with that.
It is. It is the best.
What's better?
I'm actually curious. I don't know like
Wait,
what
make
you
sure you
think
put
is
the
better.
mic back in front of your face when you talk again.
I'm genuinely curious. I don't know why you're so outraged
Hey,
because
come
you
on,
clearly you clearly have a movie in mind. He got for those who
What's
aren't
better?
watching. Ian has like removed the mic from his face and is looking at me like a really mad
Yeah,
dad.
hey,
homeboy is cheese.
what?
I just need to know.
Logan
I
is
just-
the best Marvel
Yes,
movie.
it
Yeah,
is.
people would
Bar
say
none.
that. I've
Bar
heard
none.
people say that.
is the best.
Yeah,
It's the best. It's the second best superhero movie ever made, behind The Dark Knight.
that's also a common hot
Yeah.
take I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
What's
so
better?
Ian, what's your opinion? Wait, Grant, have you seen
I
Logan?
haven't seen Logan
Ian's
yet.
about to-
no, so
Ian's
I can't-
about to be
I
like,
can't
have
comment,
you-
but I've heard that opinion before.
Ian's
so I'm
about
All
to
not
say-
ready.
3 of the Iron Man movies.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Dude, have you seen Iron Man 3? Have you seen Iron Man 2?
It gets unfair hate.
Iron Man 3 does not. Iron Man 3 started
Iron
great.
Man 3 is
and then it
funny.
was really
I
bad.
enjoyed Iron Man 3.
I'm glad it was not
Fine. Take Iron Man 3 out. Still, the first 2 Iron Man movies, Spider-Man Far From Home, I would take any of the Spider-Man movies over it. Like the Tom Holland ones, 100%. But Far From Home is better. The first Avengers movie is better. Captain America Winter Soldier.
Okay, an argument could be made for that one. Maybe.
I think an
Captain
argument can be
America
made for
Winter Soldier?
Yeah,
all
Winter
of the ones
Soldier.
I just named.
I can't feed into that. I've actually not seen Winter Soldier. Fun fact.
Whoa.
All right. Well,
What?
That
I'll go
movie's
watch
so
Logan.
Winter Soldier-
You
Yeah.
go watch Winter Soldier.
Also,
Winter
here's-
Soldier is a
Okay,
really
and also
good
here's
movie.
what I say:
Here's a-
Logan is a good movie. I thoroughly
It's the- I
enjoyed
know
it.
it's
It's,
the
just
best.
not the best.
You're not telling me anything new. It's the best Marvel movie. But no, but
You're-
anyways,
oh my Lord.
back to what I was saying. The X-Men story, like apart from the movies, the movies could have been way, way, way better. But the concept of superheroes like wanting to be rejected, like having a superpower is not a good thing, but rather it's
Yeah,
like
it's
frowned upon.
awesome.
It's incredible.
It's so cool.
You have
100%.
you have so much material there, just
Right.
poorly executed. But
Exact-
I feel like
I agree with that.
I really feel
Yeah.
like
That's a good point.
That's part of the reason why I say that Logan is the best is because it was like the cherry on top. It was like everything that X-Men and Marvel should have done with the X-Men like was done in that movie.
Did you like X-Men Apocalypse?
That was
I was
the,
about to ask that.
Was that the one with Oscar Isaac
Yeah. I think
where
so.
he's
the one where like the
where
like
he has
the,
Vecna's powers? where
he's
he
like the
crunches
ancient-
people.
the Egyptian
Yes.
dude.
I did see it.
That movie's good. I like that one.
That was
personally.
good. It was kind of weird.
The only
It was
good
weird.
parts.
I liked it, though.
The only good parts of that movie, and I think it was the X-Men before it, was Quicksilver. Like the scenes they did where he's like running
I
around.
did. Those were
Oh,
really-
that was
those are
sick.
so
dude. And also the song that they play in the background is
Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce.
that one, but also
Oh man, it was Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, Sweet
Yeah.
Dreams are made
Oh,
of this.
yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the Tobey
I'll auto-tune
Maguire
Okay, yeah.
take.
I was
Please.
getting back to
Just
that.
don't leave it on the whole episode.
So here's you have to get a little bit into a little bit of history on Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi in high school with his buddy Bruce Campbell, who has been a cameo in every Sam Raimi movie. Grant is mesmerized by this fly that has
I'm
intruded
going
on
to
our
kill
space.
it.
So funny.
It's very frustrating.
We do not promote violence on this podcast.
No.
Yeah,
we don't.
Grant, come on,
It's a-
violence, words before violence.
Yeah, but
Hey,
anyways,
Fly, can you leave? All right.
Okay, you gotta
So,
kill it now.
Yeah,
So,
I tried.
Quick synopsis: Sam Raimi in high school with his good buddy Bruce Campbell were amateur filmmakers. Right, they just loved taking a camera and just like doing stuff. Like, hey, let's go have fun. They go to college. I believe it's Michigan. It was either Michigan or Michigan State, and basically dropped out. And a big reason I think was basically they were teaching them the cookie cutter method of making films. which is a big flaw in college universities. They teach you like the standard way of doing things, and they're like,
It was Michigan State.
"This is Michigan State, cool." So, anyways, they drop out, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna do this like amateur little project." Okay, they get some money, they make it, they send it into a big studio. They were like, "Hey, we loved what you did. Here's $300,000. Do that, but a little bit bigger." And the reason why they got that attention was because of the attention to their camera work. They were doing stuff that people were like, how do you do that? So Sam Raimi goes on to make the Evil Dead trilogy, not endorsed by this podcast, but like that was what set him, like that was what his takeoff to his career path. And those movies, just the attention to detail and the camera work and everything that was done, it was just Sam Raimi genuinely cared about every single aspect of making a movie, literally everything. And so when Stan Lee,
tell that by the Spider-Man movies.
when Stan Lee, I'm getting there. When Stan Lee was like, okay, we've had a few Marvel projects here or there. Like there were the old TV shows from like the 60s and 70s that people just like to forget about. When it came time to like, hey, let's make a Spider-Man movie with Sam Lee's favorite superhero, this fly, I'm going to kill it. Again, don't endorse violence. When it came around, he didn't want any director. He wanted someone that cared about every single aspect of making the movies. The web slinging scenes that you see, those aren't CGI. Spider-Man has been edited in. Those swinging scenes where he's going from building to building is actually a camera. Like they actually did that. That's why it looks so good. Every single
That didn't
detail
appeal to me
in
though,
that movie.
honestly.
Oh man.
No,
Listen,
it definitely is held up.
If you go back to 2002 CGI and they try to do that with a computer, it would have looked like hot garbage.
Because that's when Toy Stories were coming out. Like,
Yeah.
I guess 2000 was about
Yeah.
when Toy Story 2 was coming out.
Yeah, I'm in the middle actually of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay, wait, never mind. I take
Some
back
of the-
everything I
some
just
of the
said. Because Lord of
shots
the Rings trilogy, I've
and that
definitely stood the
movie
test
are
of time.
very
Have
questionable.
you watched
though.
Rings of Power yet?
I have, and
watched
that's
it.
another thing.
I've
Rings
heard
of
it's really
Power.
bad.
I like it a lot.
I love it. I really
it's
do.
really good.
And I'm not going to say you're
Interesting.
wrong if you don't like it
I haven't
because
seen it yet.
I feel
people.
like we're not deep enough into it.
Yeah,
but-
see, I haven't read Silmarillion. I don't know how you
What
say
I've
it.
heard is a lot of the
Which-
reaction to the characters, though.
Yeah.
They don't like how the characters have been
I
portrayed.
don't know. I've
in
liked
the-
Elrond and Galadriel.
I
so
feel like
far.
they've done.
Besides those two, those are the only two that I've heard like good things. Like my
Sure.
brother's like the other characters are just kind of like
See-
lame and kind of just jerks and
See, it's like
kinda
piqued
suck.
so much curiosity because if you watch Lord of the Rings, Elrond is like a butt, like he's just
I
a
can't
jerk.
stand
Nobody
Elrond.
likes him.
Yeah, he's
and then you
awful.
watch Rings of Power, and he's like super nice, like super peaceful. The first
That's
scene you
so
see,
weird.
the first scene,
I believe, like, I
Yeah.
believe that he is a younger version of Elrond in Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
and Galadriel is a younger version of Galadriel.
oh yeah, for sure.
That was
And
played
it's
by
like
Kate
there's a
Blanchett.
reason that Elrond is now like in Lord of the Rings. He went from here to here, and I'm curious to see why
Yeah.
that is. And
Right,
you'd be like,
right.
Dylan reads Silmarillion, but apparently it's just like there's some canonical things that just don't make sense. They like went here to there. But so far, I mean, it's not the best thing I've ever seen, but like I'm watching every episode.
Yeah,
like I
same.
look forward to it. I do enjoy it.
Cool.
I
I was just curious. Sorry.
No, you're fine. But I was gonna say, Lord of the Rings, like there's some CG issues in there. As great and as high budget as that movie was, all the way back
yeah,
in the
there's
2000s.
some problems.
Yeah, there's some like if
sure.
you watch the
Those like slow motion scenes that they do are just
some of the
weird.
stuff is like choppy, like something's falling and it's like but it's
That's just
I mean
frame
it's-
rate issues.
Yeah, you can look over it really easy, but like at the end of Return of the King, where Aragorn is crowned king and he goes up to the hobbits, he's like, "My friends, you bow to no one," and everybody's like crying. The hobbits are clearly like edited in, and it's just like really awkward, and it's kind of strange to look at.
But that's us with 2022 eyes, not with 2000 eyes.
That is
Exactly,
fair. That
but
is fair.
I'm getting to that.
yeah.
My point is if you go back and you watch the Spider-Man movies from the same time period as Lord of the Rings, you don't have that issue.
Sure.
Because there has been such clear, concise attention to detail in every, like the swinging, the fight scenes. Like the fight scenes, by the way, in Spider-Man 2 specifically, are so brutal. They're so well done. When
Yeah.
Spider-Man's fighting Doc Ock on the side of the building at the bank,
Yeah.
holy snot. It is
No, those are
so
pretty
good.
solid
So
fight
well
scenes.
done.
Yeah.
So well done. So good.
That
I-
point still does not change
I understand. And listen,
I get it. I've watched it, tried to watch it
Yes.
like that, and I'm still.
And
I don't think the movie
here's
is that
the thing, and I knew this before I walked in the room. I knew this before I had any conversation with you. Neither of our minds would change. Neither. Like, you and I are very similar in that, like, we are firm in our beliefs. This wouldn't happen, but the people need to know why.
That is very.
The
You guys.
people.
The people of the interwebs need to know why.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man's great. It's so good.
Well, I've loved having your hot takes on this, honestly, because
know
I
what?
feel like we need some. Sometimes it's just the three of us who are like, we're 17, 18, 19-ish years old. So, like, we need someone a bit older who lived through some more of that time period.
Listen, I had a speech class in college, and one of the speech had to be argumentative, and I did my speech on why Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was the best. And I actually did change a few minds.
Let's go.
And you'd be like,
hysterical.
Dylan, what grade you get on that? Got an 88. Pretty proud of it. Not a perfect score, but hey,
so funny.
I had everybody in that class locked in because I said, hey, Toby's the best. And they were like, no, they're not. They're ready to throw tomatoes at me, curse me, do whatever, make fun of me for my caffeine intake. But they didn't do that. They were like, hey, we're going to listen. I changed a few months. People were like, hey, actually, listen to what you said. I went back and watched the movies and I loved them.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say this. When Toby appeared on screen during No Way Home,
It was cool.
it was an uproar.
Yeah, to
way
have
louder
everybody
than
in there.
Andrew.
I think it was cool.
Yeah.
I think it was cool.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So I think we have some more dumb questions that we
Do we
want
have
to
Go for it.
Final
I can sit here and give you more hot takes.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
I have a couple.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go
okay.
for it.
How much more time do we have?
We got some time.
I know Grant has something that he. But
No,
are
it's
you good?
fine. Yeah, we're good for right now. Just keep
Okay.
going.
I've got Grant had a really good couple of questions, and then I also had one.
Okay.
Let's do this one. My question is, yesterday you said you hate Joe Burrow. I need you to explain yourself.
Oh, I don't hate Joe Burrow. I
Okay.
don't. Joe Burrow
Makes
is an
me feel much better about
he is an incredibly talented quarterback. I'm very happy for him because I have always said that the last place I would ever want to be as a college athlete is standing in a position where I'm going to be drafted first round as a quarterback in the NFL, because that's where careers go to die. Johnny Manziel, right? Baker Mayfield.
That is kind of fair.
Yep.
What was it Cooper Manning? Was it that brother or was it their dad that got drafted to the Saints?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But anyways, it is the last place I ever want to be, and I'm really happy to see that Joe Burrow got drafted first round of the Bengals. Everybody was like, he's gonna die. Like
And he hasn't. He has not died.
No, he made
He
it to
has
the
not.
Super Bowl and had a legitimate chance of winning had
We
it
love
not been
Joe
for
Shiesty.
the most underrated quarterback in the NFL, Matthew Stafford.
Ooh, that is.
Agreed.
But
That is a hot
that
take
that
right
hasn't
there.
shown this past week. But it also Joe Burrow had a bad game. Stafford had a bad game. It's not
I
reflective.
still put
Their
a lot
team
of
had
the.
a bad game.
Both
They
teams
did. I put a lot of the blame though on Cincy's
Yeah.
loss on the offensive line.
Yeah, but the reason I don't like Joe Burrow is I'm like I'm just not. I don't like when people are like, let me put on this persona, to where I'm like, yeah, like
Is it a percent of that? Or
I
is that
think so.
him
Just
as a
the way he
person?
dresses, his demeanor at press conferences.
I don't
I'm
know.
like,
I think that's just him.
I'm like, dude,
I love it.
don't do it.
I love
I didn't see that when he was at LSU. He was just like a goober. He just looked like a dork at
Well,
LSU.
he still does like dumb stuff too.
I know. At
He
press
just now
conferences,
has.
which is why I don't like him.
That's
but
what's funny.
yeah,
Interesting.
but no. If you like Joe Burrow, like I'm not. I don't want to seek to have any kind of arguments with you. I respect your opinion. A lot of people don't like Matthew Stafford.
Joe Burrow. If you're
Come on
listening
the
to this
podcast.
podcast-
Yes. Oh my gosh! Please.
Joe Burrow, listen, you can come when
Who
I'm
dat?
not here, dude. Okay, that'll be cool. Yeah,
little
when
bit
I'm
of-
not
little
here.
bit of
I will be
Don't-
here.
don't y'all
I'll do a
shade.
podcast
Since
with
he's
you.
gonna be back in the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
That's
he
a
gonna
hot
be back?
take, too.
They
Since he gonna
tried
be
to
back.
fix that O line, and then it just didn't happen.
Dude, don't even get me started on the
But,
O-line right now.
but yeah.
I swear.
Yeah,
That makes me so
but
mad.
no, I don't like Joe Burrow personally. I don't have any kind of vendetta against you if you don't. But yeah, it's just the way. It's
Who
just
do you
where we're
think? Who do you think's gonna be in the Super Bowl this year?
It's the Buffalo Bills.
And
They're in a
who
win
else?
the
Who
whole
do you,
thing. It's gonna be the Bills.
right, but who do you think's gonna be in there with them?
That's a good
Because
question.
I'm having a hard time with the NFC.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
honestly,
know
I
right
feel like it's
now.
the Bucks at this point, even with how like old and banged up they can be.
I
at times.
I cannot tell you how angry
We're
I
only
was.
we're only a weekend.
I know.
And this is like reflective of me. Fun fact: I wore this hoodie out of spite of Grant for like and it's like so hot in here. I put a cold water bottle in my back to like keep me cool.
that's hysterical.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
but
hysterical.
anywho, I think I can't tell you how angry I was when I woke up, and I like hopped on my phone later in the day, and I saw the NFL posted the top 100 players, and they had Tom Brady as number 1.
Yeah, I saw that.
Not just of all time. Obviously, you can say that he's the GOAT. You can make the argument, but like in the NFL right now, he did not win.
That's cap.
He did not win MVP last year.
That's
he was
cap,
not even. It
for
should have
sure.
been Aaron Donald, 100%.
Yeah,
Aaron Donald or
yeah,
Aaron
sure.
Rodgers maybe. But no, it should not. Tom Brady. I mean, I don't even know if he's top 5. I'm gonna be honest. That's hot take.
Like currently, I don't
In
think
the
that's.
NFL.
I think that's fair. If
Yeah.
you were saying all time, then that would be nuts.
All
But
time,
yeah, I think
all
that's
time.
fair.
I won't make that argument that he's not number 1. But right now in the NFL, no, he's not. Is he good? Yeah, absolutely. He's
Yeah.
not top 5 though.
Just FYI, the computer that we are recording on is currently at 7%, so
We'll make it.
it could potentially die.
It'll make
and
it.
if so, I'm
It'll
so
make it.
sorry.
We'll
But
be
at
good.
least you know what happened.
If
It'll
it
be good.
dies, we lose all the audio.
It'll be good.
Oh, that's
but
not great.
early prediction: Buffalo Bills win the whole thing. Love Josh
Like-
Allen. I think he's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers. But
Okay,
Yo,
well then,
this is the most stressful episode we've done since Big Red.
literally.
It's like
Okay.
it's like
We're like
my
on a time crunch.
my computer battery
okay.
is
Grant,
dying.
do you want to ask one
Grant,
of the questions you texted earlier?
Oh gosh.
They were so good.
Okay, wait. This is just. I want a yes or no answer to this.
okay,
Oh.
Do you think that electric cars will replace gasoline cars one day? Yes or no?
No.
No explanation.
No,
What? You're saying no?
years.
not anytime soon.
Listen,
I,
yeah,
I'm not
one
saying.
day.
I'm not giving
Listen.
it time. Like
I
oh,
saw-
Okay,
one
you mean
day.
like we're talking like 200 years from now, maybe?
100, 200 years. from
Sure,
now.
I saw this
think
thing.
that's fair. Probably.
I saw this thing. I don't know-
Anytime in the near future, absolutely.
I don't know
not.
if it's
No,
true.
not in the
I
near
saw a thing that said California is getting rid of all like gasoline, all of not banning gas like
No,
gasoline
by
cars.
2035,
But, like they're getting rid
everybody
of.
has to have an electric car.
They're not making them
the
anymore. They're
most-
getting rid of like gas stations and everything.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's
okay.
true or
Guess
not.
what's happening in California though? They're using gas-powered generators to charge their electric vehicles. Sorry,
I mean,
that defeats the purpose.
is what it is. I'm not.
Dude,
I
there's
mean-
always like the energy is so if there's
I just think it's funny.
no
If you
no
wanna-
no like you that's true. There's definitely truth to that, but like energy is such like a dirty game.
Oh,
'Cause it's
absolutely.
like where like what are we choosing like we have to pick and choose, right, with like the energy,
Absolutely.
and there's almost always a cost, right? So it's just like where's
Right.
it going to be?
I'll say this. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to echo Ian. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. It'll be like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not efficient.
Yeah.
enough.
It's just
All
really
right.
not. Yeah.
I think it will happen. I think it'll be quicker than that.
Yeah.
But I do think when it does happen, we'll probably still have like semi-tractor trailers for a long time.
They're
Like,
driving their
they will
shelves
be,
now.
They will be the last things to go
Sure.
electric.
Apparently. But
Huh.
Just
Okay,
because
I like that.
Just because like battery technology and like the loads they can haul and efficiency, like we're not there yet.
fair.
With cars, we're pretty much there.
Yeah.
It's getting there for sure.
I think we'll expound on that on another episode. I know that's like that
Dude, we
was a
should.
dumb
That'd be
question.
actually kind of a cool
That's
topic.
actually
like
a-
talking
on,
about energy.
on Dylan Part 2, whatever we call
hey,
this
if I have a
episode.
part 2, that'd be so great.
It's gonna happen. I'm
Yeah.
sure. We
Oh,
will
for sure.
need it.
Absolutely.
We're
All
sorry
right.
we've been kind of crunched in time.
It's
Dude,
okay.
no.
Little bit.
It's great.
Don't
I
wanna
think
lose
that-
our audio.
I think that feeds into the chaos that is what
That
this
is awful.
podcast
Absolutely.
embodies.
Absolutely.
It's
With
great.
all that said,
Dylan, thank you for joining
Thank you so
us.
much for joining
I've
us.
had a
man.
blast.
Come on.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing all these scary wires and equipment.
Yeah, of course.
And breaking
Absolutely.
the cardinal law of my office, which is turning the overhead lights on. Thanks for
Of
coming
course.
in here.
Anytime. Hopefully we can
Thanks
do
for
it again.
running in here and killing the vibe, Grant.
Of course.
Just
Anytime.
kidding. No, I had a
All
great
right.
time. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
deuces.
Peace, y'all.
Guys, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. If you want to watch our last video or keep up with our latest podcast, click right up here. And if you want to subscribe to Off the Clock YouTube, click right down there. Hit the bell if you want to get any notifications, and we'll see you guys next time.